This presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, EMD, DeSanto Propane, Generations Bank, Little John and Barbie Orthodontics, and Sally Miller.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome live inside Marcus Whitman High School, Gym Tuck Court, Finger Lakes East basketball coming at you live here on FingerLakes1.com. And we got a good one tonight. The number 3 ranked and number 4 ranked teams in the FingerLakes1.com sports power rankings. Marcus Whitman hosting Newark in a late season battle here. Marcus Whitman, one of the surprise teams of the season, hanging tough as the smallest school in a big league. Newark coming off their trip to the state Final Four last year, trying to get back. They just met on January 5th in Newark, and Marcus Whitman pulled that one out. Newark looking for revenge. Going to be a good one here tonight on FingerLakes1.com. Glad you could be with us. I'm Jim Sinicropi, courtside at Gym Tuck Court, alongside my broadcast partner, Paul Russo. Paul, exciting times, right?
This is what you always hope for, Jim, right? This time of year, you get 2 really good teams. Obviously, for us, in our power rankings, you have 2 in the top 5, 3 versus 4. Both teams aspiring for much more beyond just this game. This is what you hope for, like I said, this time of year. Everything's on the line, everything all to do. Tuesday night, no place I'd rather be.
Tuesday night, Finger Lakes East basketball. It's a staple around these parts in this cold winter. Been a mild winter. Beautiful day today. Sun was shining. Nice ride from Seneca Falls to Rushville for this one. And we got about a minute 15 on the pregame clock. It was teacher appreciation night here at Marcus Whitman between the JV and varsity games. JV game, by the way, Newark won 86-34. And, you know, I talked about Whitman being one of the surprise teams. You know, Coach O'Connor, kids always come to play, but they're a small school, former Finger Lakes West team, now the smallest school in the Finger Lakes East, playing against teams like Class A teams like Wayne, Newark, and Geneva. And they've certainly held their own, specifically after the new year, where they've just been on fire.
Yeah, they do the things, right? This is a kind of like one of those classic, as we call it anyway. Coach O'Connor led with Marcus Whitman teams, right? Great defensive team, great basketball IQ team, right? They do the stuff that you don't necessarily see on the stat sheet, the scoreboard, right? That makes the difference for them. Whereas on the opposite end, right, Newark has all that firepower they can go with in the sense, right? Coach Caparis has a nice little 3-headed monster sort he can kind of choose with on offense that we'll get into a little bit more, but you know, for Coach O'Connor and this Whitman team, you kind of mentioned it right off the top, Jim, right? They've already beat this Newark Reds team once this year a few weeks ago, so they know they can do it, and they're looking to do that again tonight and take the season sweep.
Yeah, Whitman comes into the new year beating Newark 60-57, then knocking off Pelmac, then Mid-Lakes. They lose to Wayne, who hasn't lost a game in New York State this entire season, but only by 11. Then they come back with wins against Batavia, at Geneva. They get revenge for a loss at Minders back in December, just blowing them off this court last week. And then on February 2nd, a victory over Waterloo. So, you know, they've beaten Geneva, they've beaten Newark, they've beaten Batavia. They've really gotten off to a great start to the 2024 calendar year, and we're getting ready for the national anthem here. And we're a little closer to basketball. Before the anthem, I was talking about Whitman's great month of January. Now, Newark got off to a great start to the season, Paul. They beat Geneva at the Panther Den way back on December 6th. Followed that up with a win over Pittsburgh Sutherland. Currently, the Pittsburgh Sutherland will be the second seed in Class A for sectionals, along with Newark, who's currently at 5. But they've also had some questionable losses. I was talking to Coach Couperis before the game. He said they can beat the best, but they can also lose to the worst.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of the deal last year also when you think about it. Although it almost seems like last year it happened a little bit more earlier in the season and not as late on to the season. You know, this Newark team, they have all the firepower in the world. I kind of mentioned it, so it does make you wonder a little bit, like, you know, are they just kind of playing to the level of their opponents right now? What's going on here? But, you know, if you're Newark here, do you want to take a look even beyond this? They only have another 2 regular season games before sectionals begin for them, and those are both pretty big ones, all things considered, right? Home against Wayne on Friday for them, and then out back next week. So for them, they have to approach this game kind of in a sense of like a get-right game almost, in a sense, where go out against a school that, you know, on paper you probably should beat, but like I said, you know, we've mentioned, like, this is not going to be the case. This is a really good Marcus Whitman team. They lost them already this year, so, you know, what's the game plan for the Reds going into the day? And for me, it is kind of like one of my keys to the game. You know, for me, they have to have their 3 of Kellen Foster, J-Par Allen, and Jayanor Allen all in sync, all going together. You know, we've seen not, you know, maybe all that often of all 3 of them in sync together, but I think tonight it's imperative that all 3 are on all cylinders, all firing and all ready to go right from the jump.
Yeah, and I think if this game was played back on Christmas week, Newark might have been 15-point favorites. But tonight, man, this is a pick. Whitman probably the favorites at home, as starting lineups have been announced for Whitman. It'll be Logan Storms, Malcolm Blue Eye, Miles Pendergrass in the center, Brody Royston, the big-time scorer, leading this team, and Braden Amadeo, that last year transferred for Livonia, picking up some scoring for Coach O'Connor. For the Reds, it's J-Par and Janor Allen, Eric Finn, Colin Foster, Carlos Martinez. Referees for tonight's ball game, Brett Harrison and Don Healy. Ball's in the air. A veteran group of officials here for this one. Newark controls the tap, moving left to right in the road maroons, white lettering. Ball comes right side to Janor Allen. He lets a little runner going with the right hand and doesn't take long to get on the board. 2-0 Newark.
Great job. Just try to create a little bit of space, and he was able to do it by doing like a more or less arm Euro step.
Quickly the other way comes Marcus Whitman. Pendergrass on the elbow, kicks it back out to the outside to Logan Storms. Tries to skip it over to Amadeo, off his hands, out of bounds into Coach Couperis' hands along the Newark bench. So we got an inbound pass from Carlos Martinez. Here come the Reds up 2-0 early. Right side it goes to Janor Allen. He's the taller of the 2 Allen brothers. Stolen entry pass by Pendergrass. Here comes Whitman the other way. Little alley-oop, couldn't be handled by Pendergrass, and now Newark's pushing the tempo. Right side it comes to Kellen Foster. Foster drives baseline, nothing there. Tries to get it to Carlos Martinez, but the bad pass couldn't be saved by Martinez. Back to Whitman. 2-0 Newark early.
Right there's that Whitman defense that we talked about pregame, right, Jim? Logan Storms forcing baseline work there by Foster. Aaron pass wide. Good hustle by Martinez to try and get it, but too little, too late. Here comes Whitman the other way.
Malcolm Blue Eye, top of the key, kicks it over to Amadeo. Braden Amadeo spins, closely guarded by Allen. Pendergrass now tries a long 2 from the corner, misses air ball. Now back out, controlled by Whitman. 3-ball, good. It's Logan Storms. Whitman up 3-2.
Storms kind of a 3-and-D guy here early on for the Wildcats. Great job executing on the second chance opportunity.
Whitman gets to work and gets man-to-man defense from Whitman. It's Kellen Foster, top of the key, rises, fires. Front rim, no good. Rebound pulled in by Amadeo. Here comes Braden Amadeo down the court, near side to Royston. Tries to get the entry pass to Pendergrass. It's stolen. Foster coming the other way. A little Euro step. And Pendergrass gets a piece of it before it hits the glass. And it's back to Whitman.
Yeah, I don't know. That was close. They might have gone away with interference on that one. Pendergrass did. But, you know, Wildcats now coming the other way. They'll slow it up here and take a set possession.
Into the corner it goes to Amadeo, back up top to Royston. Back to Amadeo, rises and fires from three. Back iron, no good. Long rebound controlled by Finn. Given up to J-Par Allen across the timeline. Tries an entry pass off the knee of Amadeo and back into Allen's hands, and he'll set up here. 5:34 to go, 3-2 Wildcats. Right side to Finn. Now it finds its way back out to Martinez. Left-handed three ball, nothing but net. 5-3 Reds.
Carlos Martinez stepping out for a little bit of range. Wing three-pointer by the big fella. Excellent job by him taking advantage. Open shot. Why not take it?
Newark in man-to-man defense. Ball goes to Royston at the elbow. Back out to Blue Eye. Into the corner to Storms. Now that would be Amadeo. Leaves it back for Royston. Left-hand dribble into the corner. Baseline drive and kick to Pendergrass. Can't get it to go. Putback is up and in though. There was a great baseline drive by Amadeo, giving it up to Miles Pendergrass, and Coach Guparis wants to talk it over with 4:51 to go, 5-5.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a great game here. 3 minutes and 9 seconds into this game. Nice lob back and forth, and both teams, taking advantage where they can, and certainly here early on, I think both coaches can go over a couple things here, obviously in this quick 30-second timeout. As we call it, the de facto use it or lose it in the first half of these high school games. That was actually taken by, I believe, Coach O'Connor and the Wildcats.
Okay.
So this a little bit probably defensive strategy there for the Wildcats. If you're Newark here on this one, I would imagine you're probably more or less going over something here where you can sell yourselves in and get another good shot like we just saw last possession with Martinez.
Brand new court here at Marcus Whitman High School. Still called Jim Tuck Court, but they redid it. They played on it for about 3-4 years. Had a flood this late summer, early fall. This is just the fourth game they've played. Marcus Whitman playing a lot of their home games at FLCC to start the season, but this is the fourth game on this actual new court, and you can smell it when you come in here.
Yeah, I was about to say, still has that nice little smell to it.
Out of the timeout, Kellen Foster slashes into the lane and misses, and it's rebounded by Storms, handed off to Royston. Royston now left side to Storms. Three ball, a front rim, no good, and what a putback by Pendergrass.
I tell you what, just a great job by him. He was able to time it pretty nicely, and he was left uncovered to get the rebound. So, right, one fluid motion, one hand up and in with the tip.
Martinez now to Allen on the baseline. He loses it. Blue Eye knocked it away into the hands of Royston. Royston picks up his dribble, kicks it to Storms, into the corner, three ball on the way. No. Rebounded by Royston. The Amadeo three was just a little too strong, and we got a whistle. First foul of the game. It looks like it's going to go against Newark, and it's going to be Carlos Martinez, his first.
Oh, what a find. Oh!
Rejected by Finn. Coming the other way. Laid up too strong off the glass by Foster, but Newark controls.
What a fantastic 5 seconds of play.
Pendergrass had an open lane off the inbound. He drove and was rejected by Finn, and then Foster at the other way, just too strong with the layup off the glass. Now Martinez tries to drive, but it goes off his foot. Referee Brett Harrison has it going the other way back to Whitman. 7-5 Wildcats, 3:30 to go here, first period.
Yeah, this Whitman defense in the half court, man-to-man, they're just doing such a great job right now, kind of causing some chaos as best they can against this Newark team. Be intrigued to see. We know they almost jumped the pass there.
Storms walks it up. Now it's into the corner. Pendergrass to Blue Eye, back to Storms. Right side it goes to Amadeo. Bounce pass to Pendergrass along the baseline. He has it knocked away by Martinez. It's going to stay here with 18 to shoot. Our vantage point pretty good here at midcourt of a beautiful new court. There's the tiger paw in yellow outlined in blue at the center court. The inside of the three-point lane, a little darker shade of wood, while the foul lane is a little lighter, and it looks like Storms just kind of dragged his pivot foot at the top of the key, kind of an unforced error there with 3:04 to go back to Newark. And also something you don't see a lot anymore, full squad of cheerleaders here to our right, actually obstructing our view a little bit, but actually adds a lot to the atmosphere of these high school games as Allen loses it. Up ahead to Blue Eye, lays it up and in.
Just a great job on the defense there. Blue Eye with the poke ends up in the hands of Royston, and he was able to just find Blue Eye streak up the other way as Allen swings it corner three by Foster's will be no good, but rebound by Finn. Second chance. No good there either.
This is in. Pendergrass pulls it in, and it's handed off to Storms coming the other way. So Kellen Foster off to a cold shooting start. Not a good sign for Newark. But when he does heat up, it usually scores in bunches as Storms tries a deep three, back iron, no good. And as Janor Allen dribbles across the timeline, we got a reaching foul. And that'll be the first foul on Whitman.
Yeah, they were Royston with the reach from behind.
So now Martinez inbounds to our right in front of the Whitman cheerleaders. Gets it into the backcourt to J-Par Allen, who calmly dribbles across the timeline, guarded man-to-man by Storms. Tries a backdoor pass to Foster. He continues with it into the corner, picks up his dribble, and now he finds J-Par on the wing, who drives and tries a little floater over the front rim. No good, off the hands of Pendergrass and out of bounds. It'll stay with Newark. 9-5 Wildcats, 1:58 to go here, first period in Rushville.
Yeah, Whitman's doing a really nice job collapsing into the lane whenever Newark's been penetrating. So maybe if you're Newark, you try and get more something from the outside on this possession.
Now it's in the corner off the inbound to J-Par Allen. Skips it to Foster, thought about a three, guarded closely by Storms. Out top it goes to Janor Allen. Allen looks to drive. Kicks it to the corner for J-Par, no good. And rebounded by Brody Royston. Here comes Logan Storms left side. Guarded man-to-man by Martinez now. He kicks it over to the right to Braden Amadeo. Back to Storms. Three ball on the way. No, way too hard. Didn't even draw iron. Here comes Foster, coast to coast. Euro step and lays it up and in. There's some athleticism from Kellen Foster.
Yeah, just a great job by him. Again, Euro step, able to get the separation and airtime he needed for the shot. As here comes Whitman the other way.
It's foul line inside out to Storms, playing catch with Amadeo. And now it's Brody Royston into the lane, kicks it for Pendergrass, lays it up and in. Beautiful penetration, bounce pass to Pendergrass for the wide open layup. It's great stuff by Brody Royston, who still is scoreless. But his team is up 4, 11-7, 40 seconds to go. Foster in the corner, drives baseline. Tries to kick it to Finn. And it's another turnover for Newark. Here comes Brody Royston.
Oh.
Beautiful pass, baseline. But Amadeo couldn't convert the reverse layup. And now with 23 seconds left, shot clock's off. Newark ball down 4.
Wonderful to see Newark try and go last possession here. I don't know if Marcus Whitman will allow him to, though. No air in this man-to-man defense.
Janor Allen now tries a step back, kicks it to Foster. Foster with 6 seconds, drives, hangs, baseline, too strong. Rebounded by Blue Eye, 1 second, and the shot is up, and in and out from three-quarter court from Brody Royston. At the end of 8 minutes to play, up and down action. Your score, Marcus Whitman 11, Newark 7. We'll be back with second quarter action here on FingerLakes1.com.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Order online at cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. DeSanto Propane. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Riselli Northern, supporting local construction since 1929 with premium products and quality service.
And welcome back inside Marcus Whitman High School in Rushville, New York. Your score after the first period of play here in this Finger Lakes East battle. Whitman, who's number 3 in our power rankings, is up 11-7 on Newark. Number 4 in our latest editions of the FL1 Sports Power Rankings. And Paul, we got a good one.
Fast moving, fast paced, little interruption. Can't be it. So it's pretty interesting. We had one really great first quarter, I thought, kind of going both ways. I thought the story, though, was defense more or less for Whitman and causing them, I think, to have this advantage they have right now. If you're Newark, I didn't think it was necessarily rough or a bad quarter, but they certainly have had opportunities. And one of the things for them that really stuck out for me is they were allowing a really good three-point shooter in Logan Storms to be kind of wide open there a lot, and I know he didn't convert on as many as he probably was hoping, but you can't allow him to have that airspace. He will knock those down.
Whitman ball to open up the second period of play, moving from our right to the left. Miles Pendergrass with 6 of Whitman's 11. Inside it goes to Logan Storms. He tries a pivot and a pump fake and then misses the layup, rebounded by Kellen Foster. He's bringing it up the near side of the court. Guarded by Storms. Now back out top to J. Parr Allen to set things up. Again, Foster and Allen, they're both key players last year in the state Final Four team for Newark. Of course, lost some talent to graduation, but trying to get back there perhaps as Foster buries a three-pointer from the top of the key. He now has 5, and he pulls his team to within 1.
Yeah, first time you've seen Whitman in this man-to-man kind of give him enough airspace, and he was a few steps back from the top of the key, so just a great shot there by Foster, recognizing he had the opportunity and took it.
Whitman gets to work now against a Newark still man-to-man, yep. And Blue Eye kicks it to the corner. Miles Pendergrass tries a 3-ball and buries it. Pendergrass with 9 points early.
Yeah, step back on that one. Great job by him, and tightly contested too. Sam Underwood was in on him.
As we got Terrell Jenkins in the game, he goes inside out, kicks it to Janor Allen, who misses a 3, long rebound out of bounds. It's going to go to Whitman. So with 6:39 to go here in the first half, 14-10 Whitman. Also into the game, Sam Underhill. So for Newark, it's Janor and J. Parr Allen, Kellen Foster, Terrell Jenkins, and Sam Underhill. Starting 5 still on the court for Whitman. They're not very deep. Inside to the block, it goes to Pendergrass. Kicks it outside to Storms, and he almost turns it over. He does. Ahead of the pack is Janor Allen, lays it up and in. And it's 14-12. Marcus Whitman with the basketball now, right side to Storms. Pump fake, drives, leaves it off for Pendergrass. He loses on the block, gets it back over the double team, misses the shot. Rebounded by Underhill, handed off to J. Parr Allen. Allen now probes the top of the key and decides to pull it back out. Kicks it to his brother, Jay North, his younger brother, up top to Kellen Foster. The Reds leading scorer, working off a pick, lets it fly. Way too hard, doesn't draw iron off the backboard into the hands of Braden Amadeo. Now up court comes Brody Royston, fights Pendergrass, who drives, and referee Brett Harrison has a foul on the ground, so that'll be just the second foul on Newark. And just the third foul of our ball game, but a pretty clean game. Waiting to see who they gave it to.
Pretty sure it's going against Jenkins.
They haven't posted it yet.
Yeah.
Ball inbounded, Pendergrass has it, spins, and finishes with a left hand.
And that's where it's nice having that wingspan and length if your Pendergrass went over and Underhill and just able to get the layup and finger roll in.
If Pendergrass can start scoring at the clip like he's doing tonight, this is a really dangerous Whitman team. As Janor Allen drives, turns, and misses, rebounded by Royston. Kicks it right side. Layup, no good by Amadeo. Rebounded by Kellen Foster. And he pulls it up just to the right of our vantage point here at midcourt. Hands it off to J. Parr. Allen finds Underhill now. Or excuse me, that would be Jenkins. Now back up top, it goes to J. Parr Allen. He drives, jump step, loses it. Dishes it off for Janor, who just pulled up a little short on the layup and misses. Here comes Whitman, 16-12. Marcus Whitman lead, 4:37 to go. Storms into the corner to Blue Eye. 18-foot jumper is good. 6-point Whitman lead. Newark gets back to work. Jenkins holds the ball above his head, guarded by Pendergrass, kicks it over to Foster, left wing 3, no good, rebounded by Miles Pendergrass.
Pretty interesting side selection there by Foster. He's a little bit frustrated. Here comes Storms, though.
Too strong on the 3-ball attempt. Pendergrass tries to keep it alive. It goes into the hands of Kellen Foster. He loses it. Coming the other way now, Whitman. A little Euro step and a foul on the shot. Looked like Sam Underhill fouled Braden Amadeo, and we're going to have some free throws coming.
Yeah, look at Underhill, his first in the game, second of the quarter for Newark.
Still don't know who they gave that first foul to.
Yeah, I think for the time being, I have it under as Jenkins. I saw 3 and 1 listed, so from the official.
Amadeo misses the first free throw. Now he's mentioned a transfer from Livonia. Talking to Coach O'Connor, asking him what's the reason for their great play in the month of January. And he says that guys like Amadeo and also Malcolm Blue Eye, who is new to the team, didn't play basketball last year, are finally starting to kind of gel with this group. And you can see it here tonight. Really unselfish Whitman team. Jay Parr now kicks it to the right corner to Colin Foster. A couple dribbles with the left hand, guarded man-to-man by Storms. Tries to drive, tries to spin, gets Storms in the air, hangs, and he traveled.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell, Jim. I think you probably have maybe a slightly better vantage point. It looked to me, though, he kept the pivot foot, but I'm not too sure, admittedly.
Yeah, Coach Couperis agrees with you. He's having words with referee Don Healy. But nonetheless, it's back to Whitman with 3:35 to go in the half. A 7-point Wildcat lead. Blue Eye now left side, tries to go baseline, but it's picked off by Foster, who dribbles up the court, kicks it to Jay Parr-Allen. 3-ball, yes! Jay Parr-Allen's first bucket of the game, and we've got a timeout on the court with 3:20 to go in the half, and that three-pointer pulls Newark back to within 4. So, 3:20 left in the half. Newark's got 15 points. They like to score at a higher clip than they've been able to tonight against Marcus Whitman.
Yeah, 68.4 is their season average. So this is exactly kind of where what we talked about with Whitman, where their defense is kind of the story. Whitman's only allowing 44.5 a game for themselves. So this is kind of right in their wheelhouse right now. They have Newark where they want, but Newark to that end's had some good looks. They've just kind of either left them short or just hasn't really been able to take the opportunities. But shots like that Jay Parr had, that last possession there, hitting the three before Coach Paris called that timeout. You need more of that where you can slice through. I mentioned they're compacting Marcus Whitman's compacting the lane. You drive through, you slash, and you have your help on the outsides like that. If you're Foster, you got to take advantage of that more often.
Whitman basketball. Got a lot of people walking in front of our broadcast table here, so I'm going to stand up as we kick it out for an open three, wide open three, way too strong from Amadeo, rebounded by Jenkins. Finn back into the ball game for Newark as Jenkins tries an elbow jumper and hits it. Terrell Jenkins with a nice little left-handed touch from the elbow pulls Newark to within 2:50 to go.
Yeah, this freshman's gotten a lot of meaningful minutes this year for Newark, and it's just a great shot by him, left open on the elbow. Why not take it?
Storms now swings it around the left side to Pendergrass. Pendergrass tries to split a couple of defenders, and he's fouled by Finn on the shot, so Miles Pendergrass heading to the free throw line for a couple. See, they're probably going to give that foul to Finn. They haven't posted it yet. That's his first. So talk to Miles' grandfather, asked him how his older brother Liam's doing. Already graduated from Clarkson, has a job down in Virginia. Of course, as Pendergrass misses the first of 2 free throws. Remember that just magical 2020 team winning the first sectional championship for Whitman since 1976. Made it all the way to the final game of the state play-in tournament before losing to Cal Mum. Great season. Defeated Red Jacket in the Blue Cross to win that sectional title. Second free throw good, 20-17 is your score, and now Newark back in action against that Whitman man-to-man defense. Allen drives, pump fakes, and hits from point-blank range. He did kind of faked he was going to kick it out, got his defender in the air.
That's what I was talking about, though. Just more opportunities like that, and the Reds will be in it kind of like they are now, only trailing by 1.
2019, 2:04 to go. Right side it goes to Amadeo. Now baseline Royston kicks it out to Blue Eye. Open from about 10 feet. Tries the glass. Doesn't get the roll. Rebounded by Newark. Allen now tries to get it up ahead. Ill-advised pass to Finn. Now Whitman coming the other way. Coast to coast, it's Royston still looking for his first bucket. Whitman's leading scorer. Now Foster buries a 3 at the other end. And Newark has the lead 22-20.
Huge scorer so far for Foster, facilitating and scoring second 3 of the quarter for him.
1:25 to go, and we got a whistle. Looks like it's going to be another Newark foul. Looks like it's going to be on Janor Allen. And it'll be Newark ball out of bounds with a fresh shot clock, 1:24 to go in the half.
That one's definitely a tougher pill to swallow for Newark because you had the wide open express lane to the hoop coming the other way off that steal.
So Amadeo dribbling with a left hand near court, now skips it to my Blue Eye, now to Royston and Pendergrass back out top. They find Blue Eye wide open on the left side, takes one dribble and lays it up and in to tie this game back up.
Just a complete breakdown in that defense for Newark. Nobody went to go help side on the block. Just a wide open lay-in for Blue Eye.
6 points for Blue Eye, 1 minute to go in the half. Newark basketball. Foster rises and fires, no good. Big rebound by Pendergrass. And now Whitman with a chance to get that lead back. It's Logan Storms with the left hand, kicks it over to Amadeo, probes the left side baseline. Now it gets way back up top to Storms and back to Blue Eye. Storms now drives right side. He's rejected by Finn. And here comes Kellen Foster in front of the Whitman bench. And Coach O'Connor, now he dribbles all the way around to the top of the key, hands off to Allen, and Newark looks like they're content to hold for one. Shot clock, game clock about even at 20 seconds. Almost threw it away, but ran down by Janor Allen. And now Sam Underhill holds before giving it back to Janor. Now it's J-Par with 10 seconds, top of the key. Looks to drive, hangs, and he's fouled! He hung in the air, fouled by Pendergrass, and flipped it over the edge of the right side of the rim with his right hand. Acrobatic play from J-Par Allen.
Just a huge shot in possession here for Newark to wrap up the first half. Gets themselves into the lead for the first time since the beginning of the game.
And he hits a free throw, and it's 25-22 with 6 seconds to go. Here comes Whitman quickly. And it's Royston letting a floater go to the right hand, misses, and that'll do it for the first half of play as Finn's full court shot attempt hits the roof here at Marcus Whitman High School. And yeah, 25-22. Nice run by Newark to end the first half. They take a 3-point lead into the locker room. We come back. It'll be the DeSanto Propane halftime show. We'll get you caught up on all the leading scores, talk about some games around the league, and get ready for the second half of what's been a great game here at Marcus Whitman. Halfway home, Newark 25, Whitman 22. Keep it right here on FingerLakes1.com.
This live presentation of high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Visit Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant at their original Waterloo location or all-new renovated location in Geneva. Dine in, takeout, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at Cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead has been Cananegua's hometown dentist for more than 35 years, offering routine dental care as well as cosmetic dentistry, implants, and dentures by their highly trained and experienced staff. Visit them online at CananeguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. DeSanto Propane. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Generations Bank. Generations Bank has been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870. Generations combines the best of modern banking with the dedication to our local communities. Whether you are looking for a checking account, CDs, a home improvement loan, you name it, we have what you need. We are committed to serving and giving back to our communities. Visit us at mygenbank.com. Littlejohn and Barbie Orthodontics. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com. And Rosselli Northern. Rosselli Northern supports upstate New York construction with over 400 employees, 250 trucks, 9 ready-mix plants, 4 blacktop plants, 100 plus pieces of heavy equipment, and 40 aggregate mines. But their most important number is your bottom line. Contact Rosselli today at 315-433-5115 and see why Rosselli Northern has been the choice for contractors and project managers since 1929.
And welcome back to Marcus Whitman High School, where your score at halftime, Newark 25, Marcus Whitman 22. Jim Sinicropi courtside with Paul Russo for the DeSanto Propane halftime report. And Paul, we had a great start for Whitman. Newark had trouble scoring, but they turned it up in the second quarter with 18 points in the second period to take a 3-point lead here halfway home.
Yeah, I mean, I think Newark just kind of found their rhythm there a little bit. You know, they're able to kind of get the possessions and create some opportunities there, like I kind of was hoping that we'd see out of them there. And they're able to capitalize and really turn it up there, especially in the final couple minutes of play, both on the offensive and defensive end. And, you know, for Whitman, really, they've been just consistently good in each of the quarters. I wouldn't say overall great at this point, now looking in retrospect, you know, but for them, still well in it. I mean, I can't wait for what should be an exciting at least 16 minutes of gameplay left.
Running through the scoring for your visiting Reds, coached by Henry Couperis, it was Kellen Foster and J-Par Allen with 8 points apiece. Kellen Foster 2 threes in the second period. All 8 of J-Par's points coming in the second period. 4 for brother Janor Allen. Janor a sophomore and J-Par a senior. Carlos Martinez with 3 and Terrell Jenkins with 2. For Whitman, it was a big first half for the big guy, Miles Pendergrass, 12 points, 6 for Malcolm Blue Eye, 3 for Logan Storms, 1 for Braden Ameo, and none for Royston. Pretty surprising. Not only the leading scorer for Newark, but one of the leading scorers in the league held scoreless in the first half. I suppose, if you look at it that way, Coach O'Connor's probably glad to be within 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that coming out of halftime as Wildcats have already actually broken the locker room even. You know, that I'm imagining that was probably one of the talking points for Coach O'Connor, you know, to the team. It's like, hey, we're doing good, but it could be better. And I'm imagining for him that's probably one of the things, you know, mentioned, probably figure out something to get the ball to, whether it's to Royston a little bit more or have him facilitate a little bit more. He's done a really good job, in all honesty, facilitating the ball. It's just that I think for him, you know, Newark's just kind of matching up predominantly with either one of the Allens or Kellen Foster. They're kind of throwing more or less 3 of the more athletic guys, whichever one around the court, at him on any given possession. You know, we've noticed Newark's kind of more in a man defense, but specifically on what ended up being that wide open blue eye layup, it kind of, you've noticed, it kind of forms almost in a little bit of like a hybrid style defense where a lot of focus ends up becoming on Royston and their Reds in that situation.
Blue Eye Pendergrass have a lot of open looks. Obviously, they're paying close attention to Royston, but even Braden Amadeo, who's probably been their second leading scorer this month, only 1 point. So with about 4 minutes left on the halftime clock, Whitman is back out on the court. Got some more games around the league tonight in the Finger Lakes East, specifically Waterloo's at Pelmac, Mid-Lakes at Wayne, Minders at Geneva, in what should be a pretty good game. Also in the Wayne Finger Lakes, Honeyway boys at South Seneca, Romulus, Bloomfield at Naples, Williamson at Gananda, Red Creek at Lyons, North Rose Wolcott at Marion, East Rochester boys at Clyde Savannah, Eugenio Maria at Red Jacket, HAC at Dundee Bradford. On the girls' side, light slate, just Hilton at Victor, Canandaigua at Webster Schroeder. And, you know, Wayne's going to win the Finger Lakes East this year. I mean, Newark's got a big game against Wayne on Friday. They came the closest to knocking them off. But, you know, they're right now 3 games clear, 3.5 games clear in Newark, 5 games clear of Whitman, 4.5 games clear of Geneva. But this is a big game sectional point standing wise for both of these teams tonight. They're both in really tough classifications. Let's start with Whitman. They're currently the 3 seed in a B2 classification that includes Avon, Canasteo, Greenwood, and Leroy, the 4th seed right now, Attica, the 5th seed. And the problem with Whitman playing in a tough league like the East is these other teams, Avon, Canasteo, Greenwood, even Leroy, they might not lose another game here for the next 10 games to close out the regular season, where Whitman's got opportunities to beat a team like Newark and get more points, but also the wins aren't guaranteed.
Well, we've already seen that a little bit with Avon, right? I mean, undefeated until Lions went down there and beat them. So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's, the duality of the way it's set up. It's you can only play, obviously, who's in your league. You can't control, obviously, your non-league. So, for me, when I view something like that, I take it as more of an advantage for Whitman in a way, right? You're able to face a bit.
They're going to be prepared.
Right, a bit tougher competition.
But
and
to be in top 4 seeds is pretty important. They fall out of that top 4, they're not guaranteed to be home through the semis.
Right, and that's the thing, right? For them, they're hanging out at 3. And this is the tough part, right, where you mentioned the scoring, and that's the big part of tonight on the sectional scoring seeding side of things is they're able to go out there as a B2 tonight, and if they were to beat Newark as an A, that's some big points in the pocket that, you look at the way it is right now, I don't think they'll get to Avon, obviously. That's a 25-point gap to get to them. But, it's an 8-point gap to Canasteo Greenwood. That's attainable with an A win.
Yeah, it's Canasteo Greenwood probably would need to help them with a loss. But, as long as Whitman stays in that top 4, they're going to get a first-round bye. They're going to be home in the quarterfinals, and then the semis would be at a neutral court. Newark, on the other hand, Class A, a really tough Class A division. East High currently 1. Pittsford Sutherland 2. Of course, Newark beat Pittsford Sutherland back in the beginning of December by 4 points. At Pittsford Sutherland, I might add. And then you got Wayne, the 3rd seed. 4 Monroe, a 12-3 team, and then you got Newark at 5, and then behind them you got East Ridge and Geneva, a good Geneva team that beat Newark last week. So, last year Newark made it all the way to the state Final Four in Class B. This year they're in Class A. It's
a tougher task. I mean, look, Newark, and to that end, Wayne, Geneva, Palmac, the rest of these East teams that find themselves in A this year. Palmac's really the only one that's ever been in A. Newark's been in A, but it's been a number of years since they've been up in A. So I believe it's probably pushing 14 years, maybe 13 or 14 years even. So it's one of those things where it's tough for them. And look, it's a B2, so if they get the win, you don't get that amount of points as maybe you hope. But to that end, it may help you just get that one extra home game that can really push you over the edge in sectional time. That can be big.
Yeah, again, Newark at 13-4 with 36 sectional points at the end of the night. Monroe, the team just ahead of them at 4 seed, 49 points. So that's quite a deficit to overcome here with about a little over a week and a few days left in the regular season. Second half ready to get underway. It's going to be Carlos Martinez inbounding right in front of us here at our vantage point at midcourt. Newark now moving from our right to left in their Road Maroons to get things started. They're up 3, and we're underway. It's J-Par Allen letting a 3-ball go top of the key. Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Pendergrass. And outletted to Storms, but he's going to slow it up. And now Storms guarded man-to-man, working off a Pendergrass pick. Pulls up for a free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound batted around, controlled by Janor Allen. Gives it to J-Par. J-Par now right-hand dribble, top of the key. Man-to-man defense. He's guarded by Amadeo. Right side to Kellen Foster, guarded by Storms. Out top to Janor. In the corner to Foster. Now it's Martinez top of the key, guarded by Blue Eye. And it gets back into the hands of J-Par with 13 to shoot. He drives right side, picks up his dribble, finds Martinez in the corner. 3-ball way too strong, but into the hands of Finn, who loses it out of bounds. Now he didn't hit the rim, so just 5 seconds left on the shot clock. It will be Newark basketball. I don't know what that... Finn checked out, actually.
He's grabbing his neck. I wonder if he got just inadvertently jabbed. I hope he's all right, though.
Oh, great inbound pass to Jenkins. Misses the layup on the left-hand side and rebounded by Whitman. So scoreless here in the second half. Just 1 minute in. Here comes Whitman. It's Brody Royston finding Storms, and it goes into the corner to Amadeo. Amadeo looks to drive baseline. Finds Storms on a nice bounce pass, but Storms couldn't handle it at the rim, and now we're going to have a tie-up. Going to be a jump ball. Going to stay with Whitman. with 6:39 to go here in the third.
Really great idea, but unfortunately for Logan, a bit of a cardinal sin, as I call it, down low in the paint, brought it down low, and ended up almost being easy pickings for you, whether Jenkins or Martinez.
Up top to Storms, who, Amadeo limping a little bit. Tried to entry pass. Now it's a 3-ball from Amadeo. He misses, rebounded by Royston, and he lets one go. Actually, it's Royston who was limping, and he's on the board with his first bucket of the game, and now down hard goes Pendergrass, and we got a whistle. So Royston finally on the board, but you can see now here, Paul, he's struggling with his left ankle. Looks like maybe his knee.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's more than knee. He's got the a little bit of a wrap on there as is anyway, as Pendergrass picked up the second foul on the game for him. But, yeah, hopefully he's all right. I know when he drove, it didn't look like he was in too rough a shape, but.
So Jenkins' first of 2 free throws is no good as that foul goes to Pendergrass. That is the second on Pendergrass. And now, Royston's checking out. Coming into the ball game for the first time is Caden Lawrence Smith, Jr.
Pretty sure it's the first sub of the game for Whitman, period, on that.
Yeah, it is. As Jenkins' second free throw rolls around the rim and in, and we got Eric Finn checking back into the game for Jenkins. And so Royston being looked at behind the scores table as Marcus Whitman fans hold their breath. They're down 2 as they get to work now. Storms to Blue Eye in the corner. Blue Eye leaves it even deeper in the corner for Storms. Now Pendergrass tries a turnaround from the baseline and misses, rebounded by Newark. J-Par Allen looks to drive. He tries to dish into the hands of Finn. Didn't get it to him directly, but he did collect it and lay it up and in. And Newark now up 4.
Yeah, Finn kept himself on a swivel there and ready to end up with his hands ready to go. As we see Newark first time today in a 2-3 dedicated zone.
Storms up top. Skips it to Blue Eye, probes the left side of that zone and leaves it off for Amadeo. Now Amadeo lets a 3-ball go, no good. Rebound hauled in by J-Par Allen. J-Par with his locks flowing as he drives down the court. He squares and hits a 3, and he is giving a little jaw to Amadeo, it looks like there.
Yeah, a little bit of a James Harden-esque 3 from J-Par there. Great job creating some separation. It's good defense there by Martinez. Read the pass as Royston checks back in.
11 points for J-Par Allen, 7-point Newark lead, their biggest of the game. We got a timeout on the floor, going to be a 30-second timeout from, actually it looks like it was Whitman.
Yeah, they're going to do a
timeout.
Full timeout, yeah.
So good news, Royston checking back in, but it's obviously going to still be bothering him.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I know when he came on the court, he wasn't limping as bad, but it was definitely noticeable. So I don't know. I mean, once you get going in the game flow of things, I mean, you don't let it really bother you too much. I mean, within reason, obviously, but I mean, it's going to be a bit of a hindrance, and Newark was doing a pretty good job anyway on him on defense, kind of shutting him down from the scoring side of things on offense. So if you're Newark, I think this is something you got to take some pretty big advantage of. I think at this point you have to hone in maybe on Pendergrass a little bit more, and maybe let Royston maybe prove himself a little bit on a hobbled knee.
Not a great start to the half for Whitman. They went into the locker room down 3, and they find themselves down 7, and also their leading scorer, Junior Brody Royston, nursing that left knee. He is not back into the, he is back into the game. Also staying in the game is Caden Lawrence Smith, though, so it'll be Lawrence Smith, Pendergrass, Amadeo, Storms, and Royston. Royston looks to inbounds backcourt to Storms. They just got 23 to shoot here, 5 minutes to go in the third. Amadeo finds Royston. Top of the key, picks up his dribble, skips it to Storms. Lawrence Smith open in the corner. They didn't find him. Now he gets it back, thought about shooting. Kicks it up to Storms. 3 to shoot, and Amadeo gets it off. He's actually open, but doesn't hit the rim on the 3. Not an open look. Might have been surprised at how open he was, and just too strong.
But overall, that's just a great defensive possession by Newark there, forcing the turnover with a shot clock violation. This is an opportunity for them to get up by double digits, potentially.
Allen drives right side, picks up his dribble out to his brother Janor, who drives, hangs, and he's fouled but can't get the floater to go, but he'll be shooting two. Newark looking to extend on this 7-point lead.
Looks like Logan Storms picks up his first personal on the game with that.
And the first free throw by Janor is good. He's now got 5 on the game. Newark up 8. Couple dribbles and lets it go and hits. 33-24, 4:28 to go here, third period. Newark opens up a 9-point lead, and Whitman could use a bucket.
I'd say so. At the very least, it's got to be a good shot.
Storms lets a 3-ball go, no good. Long rebound corralled by J-Par. Baseball pass up ahead to Janor. Janor drives, and he is fouled. Nope, he traveled. So Storms kind of good defensive possession and caused Janor to shuffle those feet.
Probably a bit lucky was the travel call, in all honesty, on that one compared to what it might have also could have been called an offensive foul. So if you're Newark, you probably take that one and accept it.
Royston to Storms now into Pendergrass. Tries a bounce pass to Royston. He can't handle it. It's out of bounds. And, yep, it's definitely still favoring that left knee.
I'm telling you what, Newark just really doing a great job on defense here. Really the past, I'd say 8 to 10 minutes of game time. I mean, just a complete kind of 180 of how they started the game.
Jay Parlan drives, kicks to Janor. Open three, yes! Janor Allen for 3. He's got 9, 12-point lead for the Reds. 3:42 to go here in the third.
Gotta get a little blood in the water if you're Newark here.
Royston Amadeo. Amadeo inside the Storms. Turn around from about 6 feet. No good. Big rebound by Pendergrass. Puts it up and in. 14 points for Pendergrass.
Been a bit of a cold snap for him here for this opening few minutes in the third quarter, but able to break through on that
Finn
one.
tries a 3. No. Rebounded by Royston.
Yeah, I don't think that's Eric Finn's preferred shot if you look over at the bench.
Storms deep 3. No. Rebounded by Finn. We got a whistle.
I think he caught a cable.
Oh, yeah, the 3-point shot caromed off the rim and hit the cable above the rim, above the backboard. So here comes Jay Parallen now, 10-point lead, right side to Kellen Foster. A cutting Janor kicks it out to a wide open Martinez for an elbow jumper, no good. Rebound hauled in by Royston, but he lost it. Back out top to Foster. Foster resets with 2:47 to go, fresh shot clock.
Yeah, if you're Newark here, you might want to just use a little bit of the clock to your advantage.
They got Royston guarding Janor Allen, and now it goes to Foster, who
Illegal
got
screen.
a moving pick.
Yeah.
Referee Brett Harrison blew it, and that's going to go on Janor Allen. That's his second, and so a break for Whitman. Down 10 with 2:30 to go. Here they come. Moving from our left to right, it's Storms top of the key. Kicks it over to Caden Lawrence Smith into the corner to Amadeo. Now it's Storms leaving it for Royston, and Royston fouled by Foster going for the steal. Just the first foul on Kellen Foster as Sam Underhill checks in for Carlos Martinez.
Yeah,
And
it's one of those fouls where if you're Foster, you kind of just take it. I mean, he's done a really great job all game of kind of just reading the passing lanes really well. And fortunately for that one, just got their hair too late. But all things considered, he's probably going to keep doing it again and again.
Whitman ball with a fresh shot clock. Lawrence Smith finds Storms at the elbow. One dribble, rises, fires, misses. Rebounded by Foster, coming the other way. Foster lays it up and in. Lawrence Smith was there, but Foster too much. Nice touch, 10 points for Foster. Lead back to 12 inside 2 minutes. Lawrence Smith now dribbles with the right hand, picks it up and skips it to Amadeo. Amadeo between the legs dribble into the corner for Pendergrass. Rises, fires, and too strong back iron. Long rebound to Pendergrass, controlled out to Royston. Skip pass to Storms, drives baseline by Finn. Leads for Pendergrass. No good, up ahead. Janor Allen lays it up and in. Great lead pass for Janor. And Coach O'Connor has seen enough. Biggest lead of the night for Newark. They're up 40-26, 1:27 to go. Third period.
Yeah, I hope this timeout wasn't a possession too late for Marcus Whitman here, as Newark has snatched all momentum inside the Jim Tuck court right now.
Well, you can tell that this isn't the same Brody Royston we saw last time in person in Seneca Falls last month, or the guy that we've seen filling up the stat sheet every night for Newark as they've had this really successful month of January. He's the key to the cog that makes this Whitman machine run. And he's obviously not 100%.
Hopefully he turns around. Quick score update from Wayne and Mid-Lakes. Wayne up 41-23 at halftime on the Screaming Eagles. Appreciate the update from Tim Castleman. Appreciate him tuning in as well, listening tonight.
Is Castleman, he's at that game?
I believe so, yeah.
I had the pleasure of calling this Final Four with Tim last year in Glens Falls for Newark. Of course, it wasn't a great game, but it was fun calling the game with him from that arena at a state Final Four for sure. So now it's a 3-ball on the way from Amadeo. It's short, rebounded by Finn, and just like that, it's back to Newark now at 14 with 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Janor Allen drives baseline, flips it up, no good off the back iron. Rebound ripped away by Pendergrass into the hands of Royston. Royston right side, a little Euro step out to the corner to Amadeo, out to Storms, top of the key three, no. Nice rebound there by Foster, turns and dribbles up the right side of the court, right in front of his bench now. He stops and goes baseline, and a whistle on the ground. It's going to go against Logan Storms, which should be his second foul, team third of the half.
Yeah, Whitman just not having great offensive possessions here. And, for them, especially out of the timeout, probably wasn't the exact couple they were looking for either. A couple three-pointers launched pretty quick.
Jenkins into the game for Finn now, receives the inbound, hands it off to Foster, misses a three, and another rebound for Pendergrass, doing a great job on the boards. So Newark with 34 seconds left, about a 3-second differential. Caden Lawrence Smith for three, air ball, too strong. And here comes Newark. Coach Paris wants one shot. Shot clock is off, 22 seconds, and they do listen and pull it out. Jay Parr now holding it near the center circle, kicking it right side to Colin Foster with 14 seconds to go in the third period. Newark up 14. Jay Parr now right side to Janor. Now Jenkins for three. Yes! And they'll do it for the third period of play. Terrell Jenkins with 6. That three, just a dagger into the heart of the Whitman's fans here on Teacher Appreciation Night at the end of 3 periods of play. Newark 43, Whitman 26. 8 more minutes of basketball coming up ahead here on FingerLakes1.com.
Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Visit them online at CanandaiguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. Generations Bank. Generations Bank, serving our communities since 1870. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
And welcome back to Rushville, New York, here on a Tuesday night. Pretty pleasant day in the Finger Lakes. Glad you could be with us. Your score, though, here after 3 periods of playing, which was a pretty highly anticipated game. It's Newark, full control, 43-26. If you're just joining us, Brody Royston, just 2 points on the game, nursing some sort of injury to his left knee, but both sides of the court, Newark playing some great basketball right now for Coach Kuparis.
Yeah, the third quarter was just all Newark, only giving up 4 points. Their defense pretty much led to those offensive looks that they had, and plus 17, it's uphill. I wouldn't say it's completely out the door yet for Whitman, but if you're the Wildcats here, you got to get defensive stops here out of the gate and points on the board out of the gate. If not, look like Newark will probably send this one back up to the Rose City with a victory.
So Whitman with, excuse me there, it was just 4 points in the quarter for Whitman there. Meanwhile, 18-point output in the third from Newark. And Newark starts with the basketball here as we begin the fourth quarter. It's both Allen brothers, Foster, Finn, and Underhill on the court. They skip it to Underhill. Back out top to J. Parr Allen. Allen Looks to drive, instead kicks to Underhill, wide open for three, and it's short and high off the rim and good. Everything going Newark's way. Underhill on the board. He is the 7th Newark Red to score. Biggest lead of the game is 20 points with 7:22 to go. Pendergrass out top to Storms. Storms drives, kicks to the corner, three ball on the way, no good from Amadeo. Pendergrass tries to run it down and he fouls Jay Parrallen, a little frustrated.
Yeah, you mentioned it though, Jim, with Underhill, you're hot. If you're Newark and railed around and got what the corner three in the NBA Jam glitch right there pretty much, so send it out in up by 20.
Third foul of the day on Pendergrass, but he gets a block on Finn at the rim, and Whitman gets the ball back. Royston right side, out to Storms, thought about a three, finds Pendergrass at the foul line, rises, fires, and can't hit. Uncontested rebound, corralled by Kellen Foster. Foster leaves it for J-Par, and the Reds are not going to be in any hurry now, up 20. Right side it goes to Foster, drives, hangs, reverse layup, good. Pretty nifty move by Kellen Foster. Foster now with 12 points, 48-26. Royston dribbling with the left hand, leaves it for Lawrence Smith. Thought about a three, bounce pass to Pendergrass, foul line, pump fake, down low to Storms, into the corner to Amadeo. Skip pass to Lawrence Smith, dribbling with the right hand. And Storms has it now with 6 to shoot. Turnaround jumper, contested, no good, big rebound. Or a nice rebound there by Terrell Jenkins, but he traveled after he gained possession of it. So it'll be a fresh shot clock for Newark. Time not on their side though, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, and Jenkins kind of knew it right away there, even pointed to the bench, even got a little bit of a smile from Coach Caparis on that one. So I'd imagine defense here going to be still at that premium as Whitman has it.
And Logan Storms dribbles it up top. Remember, this Whitman team won in Newark. They beat the Reds by 3, but here in Rushville, it's been all Newark in the second half, or since the second quarter, as Storms is going to go to the free throw line. He was fouled on a contested layup, so 2 shots coming. Looks like that foul is going to go to Terrell Jenkins. It's going to be his second. And Storms knocks down the first free throw, 4 points on the night. This one will get it back to within 20. Up and no good. Long rebound though, Pendergrass kicks it back out to Blue Eye.
For Whitman here, you can't waste any time. You gotta go on these possessions.
Amadeo looks for Royston, instead kicks it over to Storms, drives baseline. He's fouled by Jenkins, so another foul for Jenkins, number 3. He just kind of hooked him as he tried to drive baseline.
Yeah, I know he was kind of wondering what he did, and it was the arm action. Just kept the arm out too long on that one.
So underneath their own basket, inbound to Blue Eye to Pendergrass at the elbow, working against Finn. Kicks it out to Storms, and now Blue Eye gets it back on the wing. He dribbles at the top of the key, hands off to Royston. Thought about a 3, picked it up, kicked it over to Storms. Logan Storms finds Blue Eye on the baseline, back to Storms, open for 3, but he drives instead. And Finn comes down hard on him. He gets a shot up, so that should be a shooting foul. I don't think he was planning on shooting until he realized that Finn was in the act of fouling him, so more free throws for Storms. So a chance to get it down to 19 here with 5:09 to go.
Yeah, both teams here pretty low opportunities on the line. This will be Whitman's 4th total opportunity here.
Oh man, Storms misses again. That's 2 straight misses.
No, it's a little bit not quite in the games like these, but free throws matter. Every opportunity you get counts.
Well, when you're down 20, you can score with the shot clock, or with the clock stop. That's always a bonus. They does make the second, so it's back to a 20-point lead, 48-28, 5:03 to go. Kellen Foster now working the left side of that Whitman defense. Drives, and he's blocked by Pendergrass. The putback also blocked by Pendergrass. And really impressed with the way Miles Pendergrass is playing tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Whitman's going to charge with a foul here. They'll let Blue Eye with a reach.
Just the first on Malcolmu. But we've talked about on the Upstates podcast is one of the keys to this team being good is Pendergrass being more assertive offensively. He's doing it on both ends of the court tonight. He hasn't been so active scoring in the second half, but he did have 14 on the game, 12 in the first half. 4:50 to go, 20-point Newark lead with the basketball. J-Par Allen left side to Kellen Foster, drives baseline, helped out by Blue Eye. Maybe blocked from behind or bothered at least by Storms, misses the shot, rebounded by Amadeo into the hands of Storms. Now it's Pendergrass, foul line jumper, yes! 16 for Pendergrass, lead down to 18. 4:26 to go in the ball game. Martinez now top of the key, holds the ball over his head. It's stolen by Pendergrass, up ahead of the pack. He lays it up and in with the left hand.
Yeah, great job there by Whitman. They're going to need more of that, though, here as the clock wanes to have any shot.
I thought he might throw that one down, Paul. We got a timeout, Coach Guparis. Yeah, he was I thought he was kind of measuring it up, but he took the points easy, too, with the left hand, and he's got, now it's a 16-point lead, 4:07 to go, plenty of time.
Yeah, just one of those super strange looks as I'm sitting there going, like, given the situation, I'd be full blown on the gas, but, hey, they get the point. Down 16. I mean, look, it's still tough, like I said, but the door's albeit cracked open still. So, for Whitman, you got to keep that pressure now up on defense and get, these couple good looks that they've gotten the last couple possessions on offense in and hopefully convert. If you're Newark, this is where you got to stomp out that last remaining ember of hope on Whitman here. If you're on offense, get a bucket here, get another stop on defense, come back down, and if you're able to get back up to plus 20 here with under 4 to go, you leave yourself in probably the best position you can be in a game like this.
18 points for Pendergrass to lead Whitman. For Newark, it's been a pretty balanced attack. 12 from Colin Foster, 11 from both J-Par and Janer Allen. 6 for Terrell Jenkins off the bench. Reds will have the basketball out of this timeout, up 16 with 4:07 to go. And coming up next for Newark inbounds in the backcourt. It's J-Par Allen. Tomorrow night we'll be in Lions. Paul Russo and Kyle Evans will have the Gananda girls at Lions at the Community Center on FingerLakes1.com. Entry pass to Finn, knocked away. He hangs, he's fouled. Looks like, let's see if they got Blue Eye or Pendergrass. It looks like they're going to give it to Blue Eye, so just his second. But it will be free throws for Finn.
Yeah, it's not the worst foul in the world, right? You force the big guy to go to the line, get him the hard way as opposed to the lay-in.
Gets the first one to rattle in off the front rim, then the back rim, backboard and down. Finn with 3 points, getting ready to shoot the second free throw. This one right through the middle of the cylinder, and the lead's back up to 18 with 3:42 to go. Royston with the basketball, leaves it for Storms. Guarded man-to-man by J-Par Allen. Blue Eye now to the right side to Amadeo. Picks up his dribble, finds Pendergrass, elbow jumper. Oh, in and out, a little unlucky. Rebound batted out by Royston, but into the hands of Janer Allen. He gives it to J-Par, and no hurry here for Newark.
Yeah, this is where you want to drain a little bit of clock if you're the Reds.
Martinez up top to Foster. Back to Martinez in the corner as Foster flashes, doesn't get the ball. Now it's J-Par Allen, top of the key, working off a Finn pick. Martinez left-handed three ball, air ball. But a great save by Finn. Good hustle, fresh shot. Or no, it's not a fresh shot clock. It's down to 5. Allen knows it. Lets one fly from deep. No good off the rim and out of bounds. Back to Whitman. 50-32. 2:49 to go as Sam Underhill checks in for Carlos Martinez.
If you're in Newark, though, that's not the worst thing in the world. They took all 35 off that clock.
Royston now top of the key. Whitman has to move quickly. Blue Eye drives baseline, picks up his dribble, gives it to Pendergrass. And now it Storms right side against Finn, and he's fouled. So it's going to be a non-shooting foul, but man, not hard to get the big guy Finn off the ground.
That's even something that you see Janer Allen even told him right there on the spot, just stay planted, don't go anywhere.
Third foul on Finn, ball inbounded on the baseline. It ends up in Pendergrass's hands. He is working against Finn, can't get it to go from about 3 feet, and rebounded by Newark. J-Par Allen now in no hurry, 2:20 to go in the game. Stay with us for the Little John and Barbie Smiles with Style postgame show. We'll have a couple of Newark Reds with us to talk about their prospects heading into sectionals and their season so far, and tonight's what appears to be a win, up 18 with 2:15 to go.
Yeah, it's got Amadeo with an off-ball foul there, his first personal.
So J-Par Allen, one of the seniors, key seniors on this Newark team, Colin Foster the other. Again, mentioned they both played on that team that went to Glens Falls last year, sectional champion team, Newark Reds, as Colin Foster just knifes through the defense and lays it off the glass with the right hand.
Yeah, it's tough to drink clock when the lane's wide open like that.
He's got 14, lead back up to 20. Royston now been relatively ineffective with that bum knee. He lost the ball there to Underhill, and now J-Par Allen walks it across the timeline. We're down to 1:35 to go in the ball game. Allen dribbles, hangs, kicks it to Underhill in the corner, skips it way up top to Foster, dribbling out by the scores table near the midcourt stripe. Now he drives again, hangs, and can't finish. A lot of contact with Pendergrass, and we're going to have free throws coming for Foster. And that's the fourth foul on Pendergrass, coming with 1:23 to go in the ball game. Decent sized crowd here for a Tuesday night in Whitman. Definitely not capacity, but after the first period, Whitman has not given the home crowd much to cheer about as Foster makes the first free throw. He's now got 15. Eric Finn goes to the bench. Jenkins checks back in. Foster buries them both. And the lead now 54-32. Logan storms quickly the other way. Nifty move off the glass with the right hand.
I wish you had that maybe a little bit sooner on in the quarter here. Opportunities like that.
7 points for Storms. 1 minute, 4 seconds to go. Janer Allen drives right side, kicks it to Jenkins in the corner. Pump fake dribble back to Janer Allen. A little floater for about 3 feet. No good. Rebounded by Underhill. He's fouled on the putback. And Sam Underhill will head to the line. I did mention, Paul, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Newark Reds in the scoring column tonight.
It's a bit beyond balance, I'd say, with them, the way things have been going. But you know, I mentioned pregame, if this was ever a get-right opportunity for the Reds, they certainly were able to do that tonight.
Underhill misses the first. And now we got some subs. We got Lindsey Miller, the junior, into the ballgame wearing number 20. See if he can get in the scorebook. And second free throw, no good by Underhill. Here comes Whitman now with 45 seconds to go. And Brody Royston knifes through and gets a layup. Just we thought we'd see him score a lot more than 4 points tonight, Paul, but that's just his 4th point. Lead back down to 18. About a 3-second differential between the shot clock and game clock as Jenkins lets a 3-ball go from the wing, and he hits, and Jenkins showing a little touch from beyond the arc tonight. He's got 9, 20 seconds to go. Into the corner for Amadeo, back up top to Storms. Storms drives, hangs, and finishes. So strong 4th quarter for Logan Storms. But going to come up a little short here as the clock expires. Your final score, Newark 57, Marcus Whitman 38. When we come back, the Little John Orthodontics Smiles with Style postgame show. We'll hopefully be talking to a couple Newark seniors. So keep it right here on FingerLakes1.com. Once again, your final score, Newark 57, Whitman 38. We'll be right back.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Order online at cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. DeSanto Propane. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. Riselli Northern, supporting local construction since 1929 with premium products and quality service. Dr. Jeffrey Halstead, DMD. Visit them online at CanandaiguaDentistry.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram. Generations Bank. Generations Bank, serving our communities since 1870. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Little John and Barbie Orthodontics. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online at littlejohnortho.com.
And welcome back. Inside Marcus Whitman High School, your final score once again, Newark 57, Whitman 38. As it's time for the Little John and Barbie Smiles with post-game show here on FingerLakes1.com. Got a couple of seniors with us here. We got J-Par Allen and Kellen Foster. Foster with 16, J-Par with 11. Fellas, thanks for joining us here on the post-game show. J-Par, both you guys were on that Final Four team last year, right? At times this year, you look like you might be ready to go back to the state Final Four, and then at other times, it looks like maybe you're struggling even with some of the mid-tier teams in the league. What is it? What's the difference when you guys play good and beat teams like Pittsburgh Sutherland or put on a performance like you did tonight?
I think a lot of times it's our focus. Sometimes we don't come in fully focused. And I think we got to stick together as a team all around, and that's really what drives us. When we have good games, is where we're focused and where we're together, and when we don't, then we're not like, we're not fully there.
Yeah, Guy, what do you think, Kellen?
Let me talk off that. Like the defense is key. Our defense gets us to win games, stops, get our open players to hit shots, and that really helps.
Yeah, good defensive performance tonight, just 38 points given up against a Whitman team that can certainly score. You guys got off to a little slow offensive start and then started putting some points up.
I was about to say, Kellen kind of stole my thunder there. I was going to talk about, like, you guys were both really, especially you, Kellen, it might help that number 21 is my favorite numbers for football, but just reading the passing lanes and everything like that, is that something that Coach Caparis and the rest of the staff and the team really take pride in, whether it's from practice to games, is really stepping up on defense and then leading to big offensive outputs like tonight?
Yeah, usually it's our defense. He talks about our defense all the time and how we usually need to get stops. And if we play bad, it's usually because we're not getting rebounds, boxing out, or just letting them score easy buckets.
Yeah. So, J-Par, 11 points. Your brother had 11 points, too. What's it like playing with your brother? It's probably got to be pretty special,
it's
right?
It's a lot of fun. It feels really good just to be with my blood brother. Like, it's just, to have him right there, it's just like, it feels good. It feels really tight. And, yeah, we're really close when it comes to this. So.
What about the big guy in the middle, Eric Finn? I mean, if you guys are going to get things done in the postseason sectionals, maybe beyond sectionals, you're in a really tough class against some probably real athletic players. East High, Pittsburgh Sutherland, Wayne, of course, well, Monroe. Talk about Eric Finn and his role.
His role really get rebounds, hustle, good defense. He really got to stay out of foul trouble because he's really important to us all around, offensively and defensively. And that's really he's big for us just because he's one of our biggest guys. So as long as he stay out of foul trouble and his effort is up, then he's important.
Terrell Jenkins, good game tonight too, huh?
Yeah, he
can use that,
plays
right?
a big part. 10 points coming off the bench usually. It gets us the lead and helps.
Gotcha. Super Bowl Sunday, right?
I was going to say, now we'll ask the actual tough question here. So who do you guys got on Sunday night?
49ers all the way.
Yeah, he's a 49ers fan. I'm a Kansas fan, so I got Kansas.
Oh, wow. Right. A little in-game rivalry. But before the big game Sunday, you got a big game Friday. You guys had a weird game against Wayne, right? You went down to Wayne. You played the first half. Power went out. You had to come back and play again. Really close one-possession game. They haven't lost a game outside of New York or inside of New York State this year. But you guys obviously show you could play with them. They're a team that you might have to face in the postseason. What do you got to do to beat Wayne and obviously a really tough team in the Wayne Eagles?
Pretty much like last game. Really, we were really focused last game, really locked in. We really wanted it. Unfortunately, we just came out on the bottom. And I think the whole situation, it kind of messed with us a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think I'm confident in our team. I'm confident in the coaching. I feel like we can give them a good run. So.
All right, we'll be watching on Friday night. Thanks a lot, fellas. Good game, good win here in Whitman. Tough place to play. They beat you at your place. You guys came in and got the win back here, and so good luck rest of the way. We'll be keeping our eye on you. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
So that is.
Speaking for me, I can talk to in Spanish and English. I say Spanish and English too.
That was J-Par Allen and Logan. Colin Foster, excuse me, 16 points, 11 points, respectively, 16 for Colin, 11 for J-Par. And, when the game started, coming into this game, I was so excited when I was going to call this game. First of all, I love coming to Marcus Whitman. I was calling most of those Newark games down the stretch last year, so I'm familiar with those kids. And I couldn't figure out, who had the upper hand here. And we talked about a pregame. If you went back to December, probably would have put this line at a 15-point Newark, but Whitman has been playing so good in January that was really wondering what was going to happen here. And what happened was Newark really put together a solid final 3 quarters of basketball and just showed that they are a Class A contender.
Yeah, I have to eat the crow. I even picked Whitman yesterday on Upstate Hoops, so it's it's one of those performances for Newark where J-Par even kind of said maybe focus a little bit off in certain games, everything, but they came out and, if they weren't focused out of the bat, they were certainly focused, though, the other 24 minutes of the game outside of the first quarter, because that is Newark Red basketball that we've seen, especially the past couple of years. And, on the opposite side of things, if you're Whitman, you just kind of have to use this as a learning experience. They came out and, I'd say the first half for them was collectively really good. Just the second half, they just couldn't get anything going offensively, and defensively they kind of stumble a little bit. So.
Thanks, Paul.
They certainly have a building block for the rest of the way here to kind of build off of, and for them, obviously their focus now at this point fully probably turns more to the sectional side of things than league play. Even though I know for a fact they're probably not taking it that way. They're doing the game at a time approach.
Yeah, Marcus Whitman, athletic director Paul Leho, father of the great point guard from that 2020 sectional champion squad, and 21 I should mention, Jordan Lehu. Just stopped over. Always great accommodations here by Paul Lehu and the staff at Marcus Whitman. Just a great place to go tonight, no different. I'll run through the scoring with you before we wrap it up. For Whitman, again, got to mention Brody Royston bothered by an injury. You can't express enough what an impact that has on this team, because he's been the guy that's doing the bulk of the scoring. Only able to get 4 points tonight all in the second half. Hopefully he's okay, and that's not going to be a persistent type of injury going forward. But Miles Pendergrass, 18 points, 12 in the first half, 6 in the second half, along with plenty of rebounds and a handful of block shots, leading the way for Whitman. Logan Storms with 9 points, Malcolm Blue Eye with 6, Brody Royston with 4, Braden Amadeo, probably their second score, with just 1 point tonight. So credit the Newark defense there. For Newark, it was Colin Foster leading the way with 16, 8 in the first half, 8 in the second half. J-Par Allen with 11. He's a senior. His brother, sophomore Janor Allen, with 11 also. 4 points for the big guy, Eric Finn, all in the second half. 3 for Sam Underhill. 3 for Carlos Martinez. Oh, and I almost forgot, Terrell Jenkins with 9, 2 3-pointers in the second half. It was Whitman jumping out to an 11-7 lead after the first quarter before Newark took over, winning the second quarter 18-11, taking a 3-point 25-22 halftime lead. And then after that, it was all Newark. They jumped out of the gate in the third quarter, winning that period 18-4, taking a 43-26 lead before closing it out 57-38. Tomorrow night, Paul, you and Kyle Evans will be at the Lions Community Center for a girls basketball game between Gananda and Lions. And then next Tuesday, we'll get Newark again in Palmac on Finger Lakes 1. So good game tomorrow night. Probably should get you home so you can get some rest.
No less further weary, but yeah, looking forward to that game with Kyle. Two of the top teams in the Wayne County on the girls' side of things, and also 2 teams at the top pretty much of C1 and sectionals as well. So nice little precursor, I'd say, for both league implications and sectional implications tomorrow night.
So that'll about do it here for Tuesday night Finger Lakes East basketball on FingerLakes1.com. For Paul Russo, I'm Jim Sinicropi. Once again, your final score: the Newark Reds 57, Marcus Whitman 38. Have a great night, and thanks for listening to high school basketball on FingerLakes1.com.